At the time of this video, Bitcoin has hit $8,045.98. What does that mean? Does that mean Bitcoin is about to hit a bull market and we're gonna go to the moon? Or does that mean this is a pump fake and they're gonna take a step back, drain a 3, and drop down to $3,000? Find out by watching this entire video, because I know exactly where Bitcoin's gonna go, and I have a unicorn in my brain that's gonna tell me what the price is gonna be next week so we can all make money. That's right. That's all you have to do. Watch this video, copy my trade, and you'll become rich. I hope you guys saw the sarcasm in that. Nobody knows where it's gonna go. Right now, a lot of people are going to start getting FOMO, the fear of missing out. The FOMO is like when your friends all go to a party and they don't tell you about it, and then you find out later and you missed out and you feel bad. That's FOMO. You don't like that feeling, so you want to jump in. It's just like Bitcoin is on a rocket party right now to the moon, and we don't know where it's headed. We don't know when the fuel is going to run out and if it's going to come crashing down the moment you step into that rocket. During 2017, when Bitcoin hit $20,000, everybody had FOMO because they saw the price going up. They see easy money, like, dude, I don't want to miss out on this easy money. I want to jump right in. But don't let yourself succumb to your emotions and FOMO. Business and emotions should never be mixed, or investing in emotions never be mixed. I have a video coming on that soon. Stick around for it, but let's stay back to the topic here at hand. But when we look on Google Analytics, you can see it's not being searched that much. Ironic? Yes. Because how is it? Trying to understand Bitcoin is like the equivalent of getting your PhD in neuroscience. Maybe not that hard, but let's just go and break down what we started using as currency as a civilization. Let's start from the very basics and break it down. Can you spot me? I didn't bring my wallet. Yeah, dude, just transfer me some Bitcoin right now. I want 0.0000796 Bitcoin and I'll buy you that slice of pizza. So as a society, we first started by bartering or trading goods. We would go and carry around these sacks of goods and trade for other goods. If I was a pottery man, I would make this nice looking pottery and go to the flower guy and say, here's a nice pottery. I know you make good flowers or you plant them good. Hook it up, and then we switch, and that's how we got around. Oh, you like steaks? Cool. I make steaks. I have cattle at home that I cut up and chop up into steaks. You have those nice chickens. Let's do a little bit of a trade. But you got to give me a lot more chicken for that because, you know, steak tastes way better. You know, that's how it was in the beginning, bartering, trading, right? That's how we started off. But the problem with that was carrying so much stuff on you. So we needed something to represent value, a physical representation, something like a scarce metal, a mineral like salt, and eventually gold. Throughout history, gold was scarce and valuable, and people with the most power collected the most gold, and even wars were fought just for the sake of gold. And this went on for thousands of years. However, there was a lot of problems with gold. It was heavy, hard to divide, and easily stolen. Also counterfeited, known as fool's gold. So we decided to switch to paper representing gold in the 1700s, where we would call this cash. This paper was a note from the government saying that they owe you a certain amount of gold. And this process took a long time to adopt, but eventually everyone started using paper notes. If you had told anyone before that we were going to use paper instead of gold, they would have laughed in your face because they grew up most of their lives using gold. But eventually paper cash was adopted and it became the new norm. Same thing when we started to see credit cards in the 1950s. Nobody believed we'd be able to place value on a plastic card. Imagine you use gold all your life and then someone comes up to you and says, hey, we're using paper now. Gold? Nuh-uh, we're using paper. This is the standard. You would probably laugh in their face like, really? I'm gonna use this piece of paper? That's supposed to replace gold? I'm no fool, don't steal my gold. I need to hold on to my gold. I'm not gonna give you my gold for a piece of paper. Now, a lot of people laugh when cryptocurrency is being brought up as a possible mainstream currency, but what if it does happen? And now to say, oh, that paper? Nah. Those credit cards? Nah. It's all in here in this crazy encrypted codes. Right here, all my money. everyone's gonna start laughing. Most people are not even taking it serious. And who knows, it might not happen, right? Just like how when gold was turning into paper, it could have not happened, but it did. And what if it happens to Bitcoin? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And what you... I'm not funny. I'm not funny. So eventually, in 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt cut the ties with gold and the dollar. Because we were in the middle of the Great Depression, we needed to find a way to come out of it. Cutting the dollar's tie with gold allowed the government to pump more money into the economy and lower interest rates. Now this was done to combat the effects of the Great Depression and deflation. However, it wasn't until 1971 when President Nixon took us completely off the gold standard. Between the years of 1933 and 1971, foreign governments were still able to trade dollars for gold, depleting the US gold reserve. So Nixon did this to stop foreigners from depleting the US gold reserves. And since 1971, we have been off the gold standard. In 2008, a person or a group of people under the alias name of Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, a digital currency. It was created with a limited supply of 21 million coins that needed to be mined. Similar to the gold rush, instead of using a physical shovel, Bitcoin uses computer power to solve complex problems to unlock one of these 21 million Bitcoins. And the idea is that we have a finite supply of Bitcoin so that the value does not drop. And as each coin is mined, it gets more and more difficult to mine another. It takes more computing power and more electricity. The whole idea behind Bitcoin is to have a global system of using money, where I'm sitting here in America and someone sitting in Germany, I can send them money in an instant rather than going through banks and converting currencies and going through all of that hassle. And because there's a finite supply, the government just can't keep printing more and more money. It is decentralized, so that way nobody completely controls Bitcoin. And as technology advances and time goes by, we are seeing more and more adoption of this currency. Since the inception of Bitcoin in 2008, we've seen major spikes followed by huge crashes, and it's repeated itself multiple times until very recently in 2017 when we saw it go all the way up to $20,000 and come all the way back down to just a few weeks ago to the low 3,000s. And although many are arguing that Bitcoin is worthless, it's gonna go to zero, well, it's been here for 11 years now and it hasn't gone anywhere and isn't going anywhere. But what does this mean for you? Does this mean that you should buy Bitcoin and hold on because it's going to be the new currency, just how the internet took over? Does it mean that Bitcoin is going to be the next big thing? Here's my standpoint on this entire video. We started bartering and trading things, and then we evolved to putting it on a physical substance like gold. And then we evolved from that because it was heavy to paper. And then we evolved from paper to credit cards. And then we started using online banks. And during the entire process, every single time we changed, people were skeptical and people thought, wow, this is crazy, this is ludicrous, this is not how it's gonna work. But it did. Now the next step could be Bitcoin. Is it? I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of pros to using Bitcoin. Let's say you're going out to eat with a friend and your friend orders a pizza slice and says, oh, I forgot my wallet, I don't have any money. You can now tell your friend, well, pull out your phone that you're glued on because everyone's glued on their phones and send me some crypto right now. Wire me 0.00054 of a Bitcoin. Thank you very much. And then you pay right there. You no longer have to carry cash. You don't have to bring your wallets. You just have to have your phones, which is now an attachment of our arm. And potentially in the future, we're going to start creating these implanted phones in your palms where you're going to open your palm and text like this. But that's going to be bad for students in class because they're going to open their palm and cheat on the test. And I'm getting way too ahead of myself. But nobody knows how the future is going to be. None of us know watching this right now. 50 years from now, who knows what's gonna be happening? Palms that project a huge screen. I just go like this, boom, and you see my phone being displayed here, and I control it from here and show you something, boom. Close my fist again. It's charged by my calories, eating food, and yeah, I'm getting way too ahead of myself, wild ideas, but just imagine that. a phone in the palm of your hand. Now that you've seen this part of the video,